So how do you rate the quality?
Well, it's perfect for our channel. No, maybe we just start with some simple questions. Maybe we
Yes.
just start with the interview and maybe we get the momentum going at some
Sure.
point.
So simple questions. When your mother was pregnant, she played Heroes too. Is that a true fact? True or false? You started training as a baby, as a fetus, actually.
I regret telling you that, but okay.
Yes, and I regret so much.
Yeah, regretting in advance. Okay.
Regretting in advance. Yes. We can actually start by telling our viewers who are you actually. The guy we are speaking with today is Chleb. So Chleb is our hero's guru, coming straight out of Poland, with a shitload of heroes experience. I calculated over 1,000 hours
You
of.
stalker.
Yes, I actually went video by video and calculated the hours. So
Are you fucking insane?
it's over 9,000. No, it's over 1,100 hours, just pure PvP raw raping HotA action. But
I will surely inform your pimp that you have too much of free time.
yes. Wow.
But so there was this Polish national championship right now, right? And what can you tell us about that? How many people did play, and what kind of awards are in the game?
Over 1,500 people took part this year.
Yes. So that's not like what viewers, that's like only participants. I also checked those numbers and I was quite amazed that over 150 people are actually in the game. But now we are already in the 130 second. How do you say that?
1/32, yes.
Of the
You
finals.
don't know how to read fractions.
Yes, I don't. But you can tell me, Mr. Chleb is also a math genie. So,
That was bad, but I actually laughed.
back to the main reason is that our guy, this man here, actually beat the guy that holds the title from 2019. So of the champion of 2019, that's Tyranuxus, got his ass kicked by this good-looking fellow right here.
This castle hero.
This castle-looking hero here dealt some serious damage to the champion, and you kicked him out of this year's championship.
Yes, with the score 2-0.
2-0. So you're practically untouched, and I was very impressed by it. And you can maybe tell us something about your feelings on the subject, and then later maybe on the community feedback, because the championship community is very live and unforgiving. So please tell us about it.
So the first game was quite satisfying because it was played on the one of the most skillful templates ever, and it's H3DM1. Can you show the graph on the
Yes.
recording?
Yes.
But you have the link in the conversation.
Oh, thank you very, very much. Let's check it out. Yes, I almost found it myself. Okay, tell us about the template, of course.
So yeah, it is considered one of the most skillful templates, and one of the most important thing about it is the fact that the template itself is a mirror one. So that means the both levels, underground in the ground itself, everything is the same.
Yes.
Including the rewards in crypts, dwarven treasuries, refugee camps, and etc. The same goes for picking up the resources. If you pick up a pile of ore on the one square, the same amount will be picked up by your opponent.
The same. Wow, it's that precise. So the only difference is the tavern situation, right?
Yes. Okay. So tavern is the only difference because we can't make heroes double For example, we can't have two Tans, two Christians, two Adelas, and etc. So the
Thank
only
God.
difference is in the pool of heroes that are available, and yeah, that's the only basic difference. Mirrors in the PvP mode are played in a specific manner because we only trade for the color, and the person who wins the trade gets to choose the color first. And usually red is chosen because of the possibility of the red rush. The red rush means that you can actually rush the player with the lower color with the army at the beginning of the week. So that player that is lower can buy own army himself.
Yes, Red Rush was long ago it was banned in PvP play, then it was again allowed, and it was kind of balanced out with the trading ability of gold transfer, right?
Yes, now every template that is played with trade, then the red rush is allowed because
Yes.
you actually pay for this thing.
So, but he was red in this game, as I remember. You were
Yes, he was red. I sold the color for 1k of gold because H3DM itself is rather a poor map, and it takes much of a skill to get rich on that. And
Yes.
we got such a generation of map that this 1k of gold actually hurt him bad. So the respawn zone contains every mine. Every mine
course.
of a special resource, including mercury, sulfur, crystal, and gems. And you have only one town, and the respawn zone is not that rich. It's very important to take the mines because on this template the guild is very important, and you always want to get the control spells, and the control spells are town portal, dimension door, and sometimes fly, but fly is suppressed by DD, of course, which is dimension door. The template is all about control, so we have to get mages, the proper mages that get earth, for example.
Yes.
That is the most crucial. As you may see, we have like 10 towns on each level, so the town portal is most important spell on this map. From the respawn zone we can get to 3 zones that also contain a town, and it actually matches the terrain. So if we see lava, for example, or highlands, then we deal with inferno and conflux. So it's a nice hint that if we start with a nation that does not have any guild that is on the 5th level, then for example, if we look on the lava or dirt, then we can assume that we deal with inferno, dungeon, or necro. And all of these nations have the highest possible level of guilds, so we don't have to worry anymore.
You were playing Fortress, so as you've said, there was only third level guild, and you had to go and dig for spells in not hometowns, but other towns. And then, as I gather, in these games, the most important thing is to develop faster than your opponent, of course, and get those control spells you mentioned.
Yes, high-paced exploration is crucial here. And even more important thing is to get a proper mage with lots of mana, lots of knowledge that is able to cast town portal.
And how did it get to the fact that he chose Andra, which is exactly what you are describing? So Andra is intelligence specialist. You already knew that he will have shitload of mana, and you chose warrior hero Alkin. Were you hoping?
As I said, each mirror is played in a specific mana, and the winner of the trade bans up to 3 heroes from 0 to 3, and then the blue picks a hero as a first player, and then red picks from the rest actually. And Tyranuxus banned Drakon, Vistan, and Tazar.
Yes, they are commonly banned.
These are quite common bans, I think, but yeah, because Drakon and Vistan have too much power stacks, but Tazar itself is, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is beyond any
This
But
is a separate video.
the reason I didn't take Andra was the fact that she gives me bad magic always.
Mm.
It's like always she wants to drink alcohol or burn forests.
Mm. So you have a hard time getting Earth, is that what you mean, or?
Yes, I will never get Earth on her, but Tyranuxus somehow managed to get Earth on fourth level.
Mm. Mm.
So I was kinda fucked up from the beginning.
So yes, Alkin was. You said he looks like a panda. That he is
Yes,
cute.
he looks like a panda and has a nice skill set for the start. Almost perfect because he's a beastmaster. He has 4 points of defense at the start and also starts with offense and armorer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically the best hero just next to Tazar.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I'm always confident when I see you pick a hero. Then I know, okay, he probably knows what he's doing.
This generation is going to be restarted by Tyranuxus because it's not suitable for red actually, and I can tell why
Mhm.
as a part of the trivia. By the way, we typed pluses on the chat, and that means that
It's a key.
tavern is okay, which
Ah.
means that no banned heroes appeared in tavern with army, they won.
Mhm.
Because if anyone banned appears, then you have to tell the host, and that's a technical restart. New map is generated.
Mhm. If any of the banned heroes show up. But why was this bad for red?
It was bad for red because there is actually no cash here, and he picked Andra, and Andra is not so powerful with fighting actually.
Mhm.
Notice that we have lots of meaty guards that are actually fast. I wanted to restart it myself, but Tyranuxus was faster than me because red needs to declare the restart as a first player.
Mhm.
So he saved me a free restart actually.
Mhm. This is
This is the first generation, and this is the new generation that is actually played.
Mhm.
And I can explain why I wanted to play that actually, because even though the map is very poor and
Mhm.
not so convincing to be played, and the main reason was the fact that it lacked much gold. I knew that this disadvantage of gold, let's say 1k, would hurt him very much, and I barely bought 6 heroes.
Mm.
Barely. Plus, I got Jeremy with Cannon,
Ooh.
which is a very super feature.
Mhm.
And I got the first aid tent from Verdish.
Mhm.
So war machines are actually good because they can tank a lot of damage. AI likes to target these in fights, so it can save your ass many times.
Well, I like this stuff because, for example, I would have never. Wouldn't have occurred to me. You know, I don't know about you, but it wouldn't have occurred to me to restart because of to keep them up because there is no gold. That's kind of counterintuitive, but you explained it well.
Yeah, it's meta thinking.
Yes, you need to think a little as your opponent because, well, you have pretty shitty situation, but remember that your opponent has even less gold than you, so the situation of his has to be shitter, actually. That's what I thought about Tyra. I actually hesitated when I passed the first turn, but I found out that he has less heroes than me, and I actually defeated the first guard to the secondary zone without any serious losses. So that was very good point because the guard itself was Cerberus.
Yes, I hate to.
Those upgraded dogs from Inferno that do not have any retaliation when they hit.
Yes, I know which ones, but I say I hate to play them as in the early stages because I usually am outspeeded by them and stuff like
I
that.
was also outspeeded, but I managed to tank, and I broke that with Adela. So I casted Bless on my lizards and everything was fine. I think we don't have to show the whole game actually.
Just
So then I will jump to the churchyard fart. Fart. There was a churchyard fart. You pointed me to, and here it
Yes,
is.
I undertook this churchyard because I lacked money and I thought
Really?
about nice artists inside, and Alkin was the best hero to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I was planning on taking this duel of wyverns, and for recruiting those additional wyverns, I needed cash.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a trivia, everyone in the stream of Jaskinia Behemota, because both perspectives were streamed, everyone claimed that this fight is actually a loss, and I can type GG in the chat, and 1-0 for Tyra.
Wow. Really? So
Yes.
they thought it was Viebka.
They definitely stated that it was Viebka.
Wow.
what is
But then
Viebka?
everyone's jaws dropped down when they saw the result.
I'll just explain to Mile and the viewers. Well, Viebka comes from what root? It's similar in Croatian with
It comes from Vyjebać się.
yes, we would say something like Zajeb or something like that, but
Okay.
Viebka is commonly used in heroes lingo to describe when you enter a fight or do anything that is already
A major fuck up.
a major fuck up. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
So please,
Seriously major fuck up, yeah. Either you lose your whole army or the majority of that, so you cannot do anything later with that rest that remained. And that's Vyjebka.
yes,
Okay.
yes, you cannot do. You can just move around and hope for someone to join you. I have a feeling that we rolled the churchyard without even explaining the movements. If you want, I can roll it back, or is it not necessary? Can you comment?
If you want.
Well,
It's up to you.
okay, I want. You actually used two fodders to lead them on, and how this was hard because wyverns were tanking a lot, right? Please, you continue. I'm going to.
I used units of nose to kite. It said kite, but it actually means to get zombies into direction I want them to go. And with the wyvern, I took off the retaliation so the null can hit without getting any attack back. And wyvern itself is quite tanky. You have to bear in mind that Alkin also has 4 points of defense and armorer, so it adds additional points of defense. So it's extra tanky after all, so it won't die soon.
But this was also a bad situation because you killed here only one stack and 5, and
Yeah, this looks like Viebka about to happen.
Yes, it looks like, but it actually won't. I will not lose any important unit here.
nice.
I also thought that this is gonna be Vyjebka while I was playing that, but somehow, spontaneously, I managed to figure that out.
Nice.
So
The clue here, the clue here is to eliminate a few stacks and hurt your wyvern so much that zombies will follow her or it. If you hurt a very important unit, the zombies will follow it because it has so little of HP that they want to kill it.
Yeah.
So later zombies will follow the wyvern wanting to kill it, and lizard will stay somewhere around the corner with a null and will just shoot.
But
that is going to happen soon.
yes, but there were a lot of maneuvers. There were actually a lot of pre-thought maneuvers to get to the point where you can feel.
Yes, now I got out of the range of zombies because the twice of the range is actually twice of its range is a zone that they will like to follow. If you get out of that, then you are free.
And they would be approaching archers then, so that would not be good. Okay.
They all follow the wyvern because it's low on HP. They count for morale that they cannot get.
And so, what were the reactions of the watchers when they saw?
They couldn't believe that it actually happened.
Yes.
Even those who commented were very impressed.
But yes, but you even didn't lose much. That's
As I said, I lost no major unit.
yes.
It's only 9 gnolls and 1 fly. That's nothing, but the reward is terrible.
What was the reward? The cart or something?
Inexhaustible cart of wood.
Okay, well,
The funny fact is that the second one card of this type was on the respawn zone. So I actually had two.
Lucky you.
Well, it
That
obviously
was my
takes
economical advantage over Tyranuxus.
yes, it takes 2 cards to beat Tira. That we can remember that recipe for maybe sometime we play him. And we can use the cards. Cards kill champions.
Obviously. Yeah. They're like Trojan cards.
Fucking Trojan cards. Very good. Should we skip to the Gorgon fight, maybe?
We actually can. That's a tough fight, and also many chat users were actually surprised how smooth it went.
Because they can be very nasty.
Can you show the graph so I can explain where I am actually and what I
Sure.
am doing
Sure.
at the recording?
And
So
I think you can see.
as I said, from the respawn zone we have three connections to zones with towns with forts, any for fortification, and from each of these zones we have 2 other connections to golden zones, and these golden zones are called treasure zones. In Polish slang, it's usually just called treżak, and each treżak contains 1 village, and it has shitload of goods. Maybe not a shitload, but if you want to find something very, very valuable, Pandora boxes with many valuable rewards, many artists, but not relicts, and dragon utopias and creature banks. And behind every treżak there is a connection to the level of opponent and the treżak again, but not the same one, of course.
Yes, because it would be it would kind of mess up the game if it was the same one. Okay. Yes. So you got somewhere around
I got into a treasure zone on my level, and I saw many Pandora boxes next to my town, and my hero needed experience very badly. So I decided to get the easiest one from my point of view, and I attacked the lots of gorgons, and it turned out to be maxi roll.
Maxi roll lots, so almost a horde practically.
Yes, almost a horde.
Of course, and it's still a horde of gorgons wouldn't be a problem if you had like 100 of lizards, but we will see your army in a moment. It was not an army that easily fends off a horde of gorgons.
Yes, my army wasn't impressive at all.
Yes, yes. So this is the army. Let's pop it up. Should we show this is the zone, and you were deciding on clearing the treasures here.
Yes, I decided from starting from Gorgon's Pandora.
Mhm.
And what is worth mentioning is that the terrain does not match the town in treasure zones.
Mhm.
So this complex town does not imply anything, because it might have been a swamp as well.
Mhm.
It is
Mhm.
a random thing.
Mhm.
So as you can see, 45 gorgons with upgraded stacks. So the reward is gonna be very valuable. I checked that out during the game with H3 Assist, a special program that calculates many things, and the possibilities were actually, whoa, it could have been 15k of XP, 20k of XP, whole magic, every 4th level spell, every 5th level spell, or particular school of magic.
And
For
what were you
example, all spells of Earth.
And you were hoping for spells?
I was hoping for XP first because I needed XP badly on this Nimus. I wanted her
Because
to
of knowledge.
get
Mhm.
some knowledge points as well, because there were no artists for knowledge.
Wow, and you are shooting with like 25 and you don't have archery?
Yes, I don't have. I only have offense.
Yeah, okay, but the expert slow is kind of a
Yeah, well, without expert slow, no possibility at all.
Actually, I would have beaten that, I think, but with many losses, of course. But I used only slow once, and 4 turns of slow is not much. You will see for yourself.
yes, because you have like wow, you have like 10 mana, so of course you cannot
yes.
rely on
They are very tanky, you know, so that's not an easy fight.
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe they are
Especially when I
the
haven't killed any of upgraded stack.
maybe they are the tankiest level 5 unit of them all.
Yes, I think they are.
Yeah, fucking
The
cows on steroids.
you're just admiring your game.
Yes. I am masturbating mentally to that.
Wow. Well, I like these kiting and kiting fights because they always motivate me to try them myself on some easier stuff, but yes, it's good stuff.
Kilometer, I was just waiting for your joke with an anvil, but you disappointed me.
I told him the anvil joke, but I don't think he will remember. If Kilometer would remember all of his jokes and connect them to hero situations, that I think he would be homeless but a happy man. But he has many heroes jokes, which are very meta.
Yeah.
So
The book is in the making.
wow.
Hoćeš ti vode da to
Može, može. You can
So yeah, the reward was 15k XP, and I got my Nimbus level up seriously.
yes, and Nemus was mained. She got Earth early.
Yes, she got Earth early, and I managed to get experience to her, but she's not a mage, and that causes much trouble later, because she won't be able to use town portal as much as they wanted her to do.
And artists were hard to find for helms and
Yes,
stuff.
as I said, there were no knowledge arts on the map.
Ah, wow.
There were at most 2. It was tabard and this helmet for our HotA,
Ah, so
and it gives shit.
yes. So really you relied on leveling her up and looking for
By the way, it is the second week, like middle second week, but Tyranuxus managed to get Earth on 2 heroes, and they were mages.
wow.
Andra and Tiva.
Wow. So
Hopefully the town portal appeared on the last roll, so I wasn't fucked up.
Hmm.
that much.
Yes, but it's really, I think that when someone watches streams for first time, I couldn't imagine when I watch streams the detail of thinking that goes into it. Like you are now already checking if, and just by the looking at the tavern or something, you can kind of conclude what he already has and how far he got. Also, maybe with view air, right?
I didn't have view air or view earth, but the tavern gave me lots of clues, and it made me feel actually safe, very safe, and very confident because I saw that Tyranuxus had much worse exploration than me.
Mm-hmm.
He had like 3 or 4 towns comparing to my 6.
Mm.
Drawing the conclusions from tavern, I thought that he had at most one treasure zone. The easiest one to get, which was the snow area that had actually nothing.
Let's maybe move on. So you kind of gotten the advantage, some advantage over him, but you didn't
Yes,
feel like it was uh, enough for.
it wasn't enough because, as I said, he had 2 mages with Earth, so he was much more mobile than me.
Uh-huh.
And in some particular part of the game, he managed to have much greater exploration than me.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Town Portal and just by chaining all those units with it. Plus, he was that rich to buy Magic University in Conflux,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually bought Earth to all of his mages and managed to give them XP. That was
Wow.
necessary.
Is fort needed for Magic University?
No,
No.
only guild.
Okay. Okay.
Only guild.
Only guild. But still, that's 7,000 gold. Guild plus university.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
When we entered the phase that we beat Dragon Utopias without any losses, that's really
Yes.
nothing.
Yes. Okay. Seven.
Okay.
Yeah. When you beat point. So shall we maybe continue even to the time that you actually felt a bigger advantage over him and felt confident enough to attack him? And that's the you pointed me to the second fight with his main hero.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the final fight that everyone thought I will lose. That
Ah.
when everyone saw that, actually, they thought that I am actually committing a suicide with an honor, honorable suicide, but it actually was intended to attack
Uh-huh.
Andra. Even though he imploded my 10 angels in the first fight because I managed to catch his army on the secondary hero, but he had the initiative. He had those R's for speed, and which I didn't have. And when I attacked, he imploded my 10 angels and surrendered with cash.
Mm-hmm.
Just like he did now, but except he has shackles of war on himself, so he can't escape.
And he is in town, isn't he in town, or is he not?
He is in the garrison.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay.
He is defending a town, but on the second slot. So he started a fight by imploding my wyverns, and then I countered that with imploding his angels. And then I
Okay.
thought of removing every fast unit from his army, so I decided that I will have to eliminate those upgraded flies.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the initiative next turn.
Yes, and you imploded angels and then decided to. And this is also Andra is kind of sometimes OP because let's comment upon the spell point situation, for example.
Jesus Christ.
So over 1,000, and his spell point match your hours of gameplay. Okay, never mind. But yeah,
Fun fact.
fun fact, fun fact.
Both of us were thinking very hard on how to get advantage over the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tyra was quite confident when I attacked, but I knew that I am not that weak comparing to him, especially when there's a melee fight, for example, because I had all those combat units,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually do not get that often. I mean, offense, armorer.
You had you had armorer on Nimus also.
Yes, I
Uh-huh.
got
Okay.
that.
Okay. Cool. Yes, and he was. I listened to parts of this and read parts of the chat. Everybody was talking about you casting Armageddon for some reason because can
Yes,
you?
it was quite reasonable to take Armageddon into account because with the weaker army, I of course want to win, but the most probable scenario is to get to a draw when
Mm-hmm.
everyone dies, and I eliminate his strongest hero with all arts,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then
Interesting.
continue the game, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow I managed to win because Tyranuxus played that final battle terribly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like really, I didn't expect him to reveal himself with such gaps.
What was some mistakes? He probably chose the wrong spells or something.
He didn't take into account that I might have such strong spells that I might eliminate a few stacks of his using just one spell. And he will be seriously surprised when I cast a chain lightning on giants, cyclopses, and wyverns, and then he realizes that he already lost.
Yes, because now a few turns will be I think there will be more imploding on his part.
No, actually, there will be no implosions because he comes to a conclusion that imploding only one unit is not actually that valuable comparing to killing off a few units at once.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be done with Chain Lightning or Inferno, for example.
So there he is thinking about stuff, calculating his.
Yes, he's thinking about Armageddon, but my Cyclopses are quite meaty and they exceed the amount of the health that Armageddon reduces. So if he casts, then I win
Mm-hmm.
anyways, because my Cyclopses get a turn and I kill off every single unit that survives on his side.
So yes, this was but he did something with your Cyclops, chain lightning also
Yes,
probably.
it was the chain lightning, just as I said, because killing a few units at once is much better than just killing Cyclopses, because now he has a feeling of initiative, but then I countered that with my chain lightning and killed almost everything. I killed flies, ordinary flies with Cyclopses, and then casted a chain lightning.
Even
And now
ballista
upgraded
gets.
Wyvern kills this one Cyclop, and I end the fight with Implo.
Yes.
And
Mm,
that's a win.
that's a win. And after this, he kind of you kind of broken his game here because he was left. He managed to dig up Andra times.
I got all of his arts, not all, but majority, because it turned out that I had too many arts on my own hero, and I couldn't get all of these arts from Andra. So
Gee.
when he digged her up from the tavern, he had some arties left on her.
Wow. Could you
I had no
imagine?
slots for arties.
Yes. And could you imagine what were the, if we explain that in real life, why?
Yeah, we can try.
We can maybe make a video about Andra. Okay, sorry, man, your cart is full, man.
Yeah, my village
Well,
war loot card is full.
Yeah. Nimus being a cool guy.
There were some
Yeah.
memes after this game that Andra is better than Jesus because she resurrected herself 3 times.
Okay. So yeah, and in Poland it's like even more. Croatia is also very
Jesus friendly.
Jesus friendly. So yes, this would kill in Croatia.
Yes.
This would also kill. Okay. Wow. And that was kind of
By
it.
the way, this final fight is the second life of Andra, because in the previous turn I killed her,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow he managed to dig her up again.
Yes. Someone
And then I
actually.
killed her in the final fight, and he managed to dig her up the third time. These are timestamps for the viewers.
Yes, ponovne odkopanje Andri WTF. So I think I think everyone can understand that. So yes, he got a
Andra with
shitload.
parties, as you can
Wow.
see, that I had no slots for in my set.
Yes, and there were some pretty good
Gee.
ones. So
Okay. So these two can happen. Okay.
yes, this is valuable stuff.
There will be another final fight,
Mhm.
but it won't be as much exciting as the first one.
Yes, this is probably it. And you
Yes.
you also have less, but you have giants and stuff. And
Yes, and I have sorceresses from Kebab, of his Kebab actually. When I
yes.
took his town, I took a look on the Kebab, and I found out that there are sorceresses, so I took them. Why not?
Why not? Yes.
Kebab.
Kebab. Chleb is all about food stuff in Heroes. So his nickname means
It's not
bread.
about the food stuff. It's the racist stuff.
Oh, okay. No. It's the food stuff. Let's go with the food stuff.
Let's go with the food stuff for now.
Well, okay. And this was it. We won't watch any more of his stream.
No, he actually didn't surrender yet, but he got a nice Viepka on experimental.
I don't think I can find it, but isn't important for us to watch maybe.
No, it is not anymore
So
important.
he probably hoped to clear the experimental with spells. He had no army.
Yes, he hoped to clear the experimental with spells without actually any spell power artists. Like six spell power, and he haven't thought of the damage reduction that golems have.
Yes, and those are the new golems, the
Iron golem.
steel ones actually, that have like
And
80.
they have somewhere around 80 even.
Wow.
That's
So
fucking a lot.
yes, so you cannot really harm them with spells. Okay, cool. So yes, everyone, the community was quite impressed with the first match because it was an intense one, and it was hard
Yes.
map for both of you.
Even now, they find it the best match of this edition of Championship so far.
Wow.
So that's quite an achievement.
Yes. So how tell us something about your impressions, feelings after the match, and of course the feedback from the community and stuff.
When I won this final fight, I couldn't actually believe it was actually happening. I couldn't believe that Tyra exposed himself that easily. It was like taking a candy from a child, actually.
Yes.
That's why I waited so long right before casting the final implo on Wyverns, because I wanted to rethink what I will have to do in those remaining seconds, because I attacked 12 seconds before my turn ended.
Dostał 2,5
So I
minuty.
had to rethink how to split the army, which arts to wear, and make myself conscious about the win.
Yes, because it's actually it took you loaded a few times and it took more than 6 hours or of
Yes,
total.
it was something like that because we played in parts. The first part took like 3 hours and a half. The same for the second, but we both decided that we played the last part until the end.
Okay.
It wasn't like just an agreement, but it was kind of default from both of us that the game was so advanced that we won't interrupt it.
Okay, because yes, it's hard to get into the momentum again of the whole chaining, thinking, and yes,
Yes.
really. But
Because
and
I really have problems after saves to get into a pace, especially when I have only 8 minutes per turn, because before before saves I am already into a mode that I click very fast and I know what to do. And when we load, I actually lose all of this, and I have to make my own pace from the start, and I lose many seconds to do simple things actually, and I do not click that fast anymore.
yes, I think I understand exactly. Mislim da smo mi otvorili često save, pa ajmo novu.
Yeah.
We opened up the save and let's do a new one. This is fuck this game anyway.
Yeah. The magic moment is gone.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe that's why we're not champions, but
No, we are too cool. We are too cool to be champions.
yes,
It's okay.
yes. And maybe
You actually saw me fast clicking on fireworks, so that's the pace I get myself into during a game. But it's all lost when I save and load the next day or even later.
And now you mentioned Firewalk, maybe we can just show the template because that was the second game. But we
Yes, it was the second game, and I can actually send a link to a template as well.
please do. And maybe we don't comment upon it so much because I don't know. We don't have footage. You don't have footage or something.
I do, but Tyranuxus didn't stream his perspective, so there's not much to talk about actually. I played that terribly. Just one turn screwed up the whole game for me. And it was this very famous 117 turn when I was too greedy, but before that turn, everything was better than Tyranuxus. So I was mad at myself that I screwed up almost already one game, but then Tyranuxus broke the rules.
How exactly?
He used the dimension door to get to the zone, but the guard wasn't defeated. And on Firewalk, you need to defeat every guard because they are very strong. You can't skip them.
So yes, it's like this.
There is a zone that has value over 9,000, as you may see, on the top, and he got into that zone without beating a guard on my level. And this is most valuable zone because it contains only dragon utopias.
It's made entirely of dragon utopia.
Yes, the dragon utopias are everywhere, and Tyranuxus got into that zone before me at my level, took one of my utopias and escaped. I found it out just right after I surrendered, because when I opened this zone myself, I actually did nothing there, and out of nowhere on his turn he used double DD to take the town in this zone. He beat every single utopia that was there, and I surrendered. I just thought that he took my most valuable zone, and I have no arts and nothing to defeat him.
Yeah.
So I surrendered, and I then checked saves each save day after day, and then I found out that he broke the rules.
Because and we talked about it earlier. You said that, well, it's kind of cool because afterwards the entire community was somebody even warned him about it in his chat or something. No, he didn't stream, but you streamed on Twitch, right?
Yes, so someone, because after the duel from the championship, he actually streamed very loose Jebus game, just as a form of cooling down, I might say. And someone from my viewers went to his stream and told him about the situation, so he he stopped the game for a while and came to my stream to explain the situation, and he just admitted that, yeah, I broke the rules and I'm sorry for that. I forgot about the rule.
But the community reacted, so
Yeah, that's nice.
that's very cool. And actually, then it was 2-0 for you, and you got the win. So that's the saga of you beating the champion, uh, which we wanted to tell. Okay, so we are back with Chleb, not with Mile. Mile went home.
Kilometer has passed away.
But then we come to the part I was really looking forward to, and that was your advices for noobs or all who feel like noobs or people
Oh,
just
that's gonna be interesting.
yes. Should I maybe open a game or something? But no, we all know where that leads to. If you and
I think you can. I
uh,
think you can.
sure. So because why would it be just us two talking when it can be
You can show your skills. I can demonstrate all
yes,
these pieces of advice on you.
but not in lobby. Not in lobby. We can do it without timer maybe, and we can let's pick something newbie. And
But let's start with questions
let's
first.
start with questions. You are correct. Um, so my first question would how would one transfer from playing only single maps campaigns and well, I played Heroes as a child. I like to play only Rampart and stuff like that. I am really good with Craig Hack or something. How would I never played player versus player. I never played multiplayer. So and then naturally person like this I was like this I think 2 or 3 years ago, and I entered the lobby and I got it was I played on Hamachi back then, and I got raped pretty bad pretty fast, but okay, it was not all for nothing. I wanted to learn to play better. So for this type of players, what is your advice how to get good at PvP fast?
Fast. Okay, so first you have to subscribe Heroes from the Hood channel.
Oh, of course.
Follow all the episodes that come. Then you have to subscribe to Chleb channel, watch
Naturally.
my streams, and ask me
Naturally.
for any pieces of advice.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you've done it, you go to lobby, you create an account, and then you start you just start playing, but not Jebus, no all these templates, just go for the default one, just like our Yanko did.
Okay. Okay.
Announce yourself for the default template. You just get to know yourself, getting familiar with mechanics, all those details on your own pace. without aggressive gameplay, and then when you feel satisfied with what you have achieved already and what you have already learned, then you move to Jebus or Jebus, but I will say Jebus because we in Poland say just Jebus. But Jebus will teach you all the basics from the PvP in a more appropriate way. It will teach you, actually. It will teach you how to chain properly, how to trade units to get stronger ones from the banks, how to plan your chains to get the most of the respawn zone, and of course how to level up heroes and which skills are actually useful. But you can't stay for a long time on Jebus. You can't get rooted in Jebus. You can't glue yourself to it because it will teach you very bad manners, very bad habits that cannot be untaught in a very easy way.
So it is a dangerous template to stick to.
Yes, it is a very dangerous one, but very noob friendly, and it will teach you very basic and common things. But as I said, you cannot stay for long on this template because it will teach you very bad habits that are very hard to erase, believe me. When I play with someone on any other template and that person plays only Jebus, that person do not know how to find or themselves around new environment. They don't know what to do. They are just accustomed to high-paced games and only banks count. While all these normal templates have these banks placed along all the map, while those banks on Jebus are centered in one zone, and it's quite easy to chain all of them before breaking to the main sand zone.
Yes, yes.
Also, on Jebus, you don't care that much about economics, and that aspect of game is very important on other templates.
Yes, you just pick up stuff on Jebus actually.
Yes, Jebus is very rich. There's really, you can't be poor on Jebus. You can be completely homeless starting Jebus, but you will end up as a prince
Yes,
with
yes.
his own castle.
And it was also poor Jebus, but poor Jebus was also rich compared to other temps. Yes, yes, yes. And there is also Jebus King now. Jebus
Yes.
King. It's kind of even more Jebusy. Even more.
Yes, it's even more like Jebus because it extracts the best the best parts out of Jebus Cross,
Yes.
and it's even more simplified in terms of gameplay because Jebus King comparison to YT, which is Jebus Cross, and I will just say YT. On Jebus King I will say JK. So it is much more simplified YT because we have enforcement on particular number of particular banks. For example, I don't know the actual numbers, but let's say we have 4 consas, 1 red tower, 5 wolf raider pickets, 6 hives, and etc. And each zone has the same amount. And then in Pandora boxes you can find only XP and army. I know for sure army, but I don't know about XP. Often army is found from the native town, of course. So if you play Cove, you can get Oceanics, Bawełniarze, Pirates, Stormbirds, Nixes, and etc.
I played one day. On 112, I got 25 demons with Cal in Pandora, defeating a horde of upgraded wolves.
So yeah, that's quite common reward for that.
Yes, and then everything is solved. I took the devil dwelling and another Pandora was 10 or 15k. No, it was 20k gold. And the third Pandora was 45 gogs. So yes, with this I felt very comfortable, but I would Love to see what would you have done. The laptop would have exploded probably because of the possibilities and yes, because I love to see how you pro players do crazy shit with little number of troops. So yes, what do our players move on from Jebus? Then what do they play
Yes,
afterwards?
so from Jebus, from JC, we can move to the most friendly templates for Jebus players are Diamond, Empty Firewalk, non-mirror one version, but non-mirror one version is even more random than Jebus. So it's not that played as often as the mirror one version. Mirror one version is considered one of the most equal templates, actually. One of the most skillful.
Empty Firewalk.
Yes, Empty Firewalk and Nostalgia.
Okay. So these are the most balanced.
Not the most balanced, but the most
Equal.
Jebus friendly.
Most Jebus friendly. Okay.
Yes. That will be the most fitting for those people who do not want the rapid change of environment and the gameplay. There are still some parts of Jebus that they will find and they will not go crazy, and it won't discourage them from playing other templates, as I mentioned them.
Yes, and what are some of the non-friendly ones that actually makes you want to kill yourself if you jump straight from Jebus to them?
From the perspective of Jebus, most unfriendly ones are 6LM10A, 8XM12A. I would say Diamond, but Diamond played by very pro players is not Jebus at all. It can be played as Jebus, but rather for those beginners. Pro players do not play Diamond like Jebus.
Yes, because
It's one of the strategies, but it's not worth for a very long time.
if I remember correctly, when I saw you playing Diamond, you were focusing on opening as many zones as possible in the first few days. And
Yes, because Diamond itself has many zones to open. It has actually 4 connections to Treżaki, and from Treżaki, you can get into 3 zones out of each Treżak. So there's a zone of red, zone of blue. Each of them has 4 Treżaki, 4 Treżaki, so it sums up to 8, and also 6 respawn zones of AIs. So it's 16.
yes, it looks kind of no, that's spider.
No, it's Spider. Spider is also unfriendly for Jebus players. It's really hard also.
This is Diamond, I think, right?
Yes, this is Diamond.
Yes, so it scares the shit out of me, or
Graph looks complicated, and
Yes.
I noticed that Jebus players have some kind of... They are scared of portals. Really scared. It scares the shit out of them.
What
and
could
when
be?
they see a portal, they instantly say, that's too complicated for me. I don't like portals. I don't have head for that. Let's leave it. That's how all those attempts for trying other templates end up. Seriously. I wanted to introduce my Jebus friends to other templates, and it's always like that. They see a portal, they instantly find the whole game too complicated to think of, and they just throw the topic away. I go to the Jebus, leave me alone.
Yes. Well, that's why Jebus will become a game of its own, and it already kind of is, because there are many players that specifically play on only Jebus, only Jebus, and they don't really do. Maybe they do Jebus King, or
Yes, some people actually switched from JC to JK, finding
Yes.
JK more balanced.
but
And now they hate JC. They
Yeah.
spit on it. But I think that in addition, everyone should visit best player streams just to ask any questions, to clear out any doubts. Just ask them why they make such decisions and etc.
Yes, but there are very, very casual players which do not maybe even watch, do not have the motivation to watch streams or such. Maybe they would just like occasionally to get a win on the lobby. So we should probably throw in something for those kind of players, like this table sweeper guy.
These kinds of players will rather stay with Jebus.
Mm-hmm.
Rather.
Okay.
But if they want so bad some kind of wind of a change someday, they should try empty firewalk.
Mm. But
And once they get used to it, they might try diamond, but diamond is really complex. It actually discourage everyone instantly. But once you dive into it, it's very similar to Jebus because it's very rich. It has a shit ton of banks, and relics are lying on the ground, so you can get powerful very quickly. But guards can actually kill you every time. They are very, very strong actually.
And yes, because that's the point of the zone to 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 not DD over a guard.
On diamond, you can skip all the guards.
On diamond you
Because diamond does not have anywhere any strong guard between zones. It's all about guards that guard the zone. On empty firewalk, each guard is strong. As we already showed the graph, and you might have already seen, each guard is 45, and 45
Yes,
is the same power strength as the Jebus guard for the sand. So that's really strong.
But also 9,000
Yes,
value is
9,050, but each guard has to be defeated anyways.
yes.
That's the rule.
And tell me something about M size maps, like for example 2SM2C, or maybe I saw players playing Nine Day Wonder. So that could be because there are a lot of players that are looking for a shorter casual game that would end in 3 to 4 hours maybe. And M templates maybe.
M templates are actually good, but mostly they are played on 200% difficulty. So that's quite unusual, and it takes some time to get accustomed with that. But yeah, they are nice form of entertainment, and once you get tired of Jebus, you can move to it. But we mentioned that while talking about default templates, but because all of these M-size maps, not all, but most of it, for example, the YSM 2C, are included in default pack.
Yes, so you can just ride on the default wave before you tune into the whole Jebus arena of.
Yes.
And what could we show, for example, a cheap tactic with some town of your choosing, like any town you like, to play a default M maybe? What would be like the town to get the easiest advantage and something that someone could actually maybe even learn by heart? It's I know it's not really recommendable because heroes are mainly about knowing to play with all troops, with all towns, with
Yes,
all heroes.
you have to be, yes, you have to be flexible with each town, and I might add that the best M map for moving from Jebus will be 2SM 2C, but Night Day Wonder could also work as fine because it has a center zone that you need to be first in. It contains much of banks, many hives, many consas, and even the Dragon Utopia can be generated. I remember that I played my first 9-day wonder with a guy who beat the Dragon Utopia, and I thought I would lose, but somehow I managed to win.
Wow.
He got strong artists, actually.
Yes, the Dragon Utopia on M map is like you have a bomb in your living room. So yes, it can be pretty nasty.
But yeah, 2SM, 2C will be very pleasable, very pleasant because it has a lot of gold, and you can actually build, I don't know, Portal of Glory while playing Castle. You can build Devils while playing Inferno. It just lays on the ground, and you can afford it by basically picking up the gold and not fighting.
Maybe we play this then. And what would you pick? And I like it.
They are banned towns, of course, because Necropolis and Conflux for Ems are too OP.
Yes, but on default they are not banned. But
They are not.
if you
So
go,
we can pick them.
yes, if you go on
Yes,
default.
and you told me about those tactics, those cheesy tactics that one can learn, and yes, I told you about it because we played some games with that hero. You play Conflux and CL.
CL, yes. So wow, we actually we have that recorded.
Yes, we have that recorded. So if you want a further explanation of gameplay with CL, then there's no better material, I guess.
Yes, that's actually great material.
You will find out about this famous basilisk family and how our opponent made an orphan.
Oh yes, that's really that's in the middle of the game, and you have to get through the everything to be able to get that part. But it's really rewarding. It's really rewarding. Look at 3 hours of
Jokes are worth it.
yes. So maybe we could show someone else. I don't know. What would you?
So yeah, why are we picking Conflux and CL? Because CL has a specialty in casting magic arrows, and it means that she has additional 50% damage from it, and additionally she has water magic. And as she is leveling up, she can quickly increase her damage from the magic arrow, and it seriously deals ton of damage at the beginning and erases many troops later on M maps, and there is no real counter for that. Believe me, you might be lucky enough to get Solmer or Dimmer in Tavern, but of course they are powerful, but not as much as CL. And we can come to those heroes because they are pretty much alternative choice to CL. You can pick Solmer with Tower, of course, and usually one chain lightning is enough to erase all the troops of enemy. And additionally, you can pick Dungeon and Dimmer. Dimmer has a specialty in Meteor Shower, and as he increases the damage with his own level, and also depends on the level of the creature you cast it at. But never mind, he starts with Meteor Shower that is really powerful. He has 3 points of spell power and it deals shit ton of damage. When your opponent decides to make a wall around its shooting units, and you have no real chance getting real close because you will get yourself killed, you can cast this spell and just erase everything or hurt him really bad.
The wall will not work on Dimmer, of course, if he has mana. Yes.
But you can also pick Aislinn from Necropolis, but she has Meteor Shower that is less strong because she has 1 SP left.
Yes. But these are all commonly picked and cool. But CL still, you cannot argue with her from the very beginning.
You
She
can't
has
beat her.
it.
She's
It
just
costs
too strong.
yes. It costs only 4 spell points because basic water is already here. So that's like she can cast many of arrows while you.
Yes, she can cast 7 from the beginning. Comparing to Solmer or Dimmer or even Aisling, they can cast their spell only one time, and they have to regenerate mana, while Ciel can cast her arrow 7 times from the beginning and deal a lot of more damage.
So that there's no real counter to it. You can just hope to catch her without mana, and there's your chance. But we all know that Conflux is kind of OP, and Necro on M also because of skeletons, and people tend to avoid playing.
Actually, it's not that OP on M.
Okay.
But if your opponent picks stunt, then you are fucked up.
Yes, because of animation. Because I always felt like I haven't learned the proper animate dead. My micromanagement is just too sloppy for it to work. But yes, I always found Necro kind of I don't know. I never could do that quite good because they are all so slow. The first 3 units are so slow, and that's like the thing I
That's
couldn't.
right.
I always found it easier to play with Stronghold or Rampart.
Rampart is very easy as well. If you
Yes.
pick Ivor, for example, he has a specialty in elves, and there's actually many of them. But I think Ciel is better because she casts 3 arrows, and the whole unit of elves is over. Seriously, the same goes with Valeska. She has a shit ton of archers, but if she meets Ciel, then she is seriously fucked up. So
And-
there is no real counter for Ciel on M map.
And there is no resistance skill more also, so even if you start with the interference skill, which is now available, you won't be able to level it up.
I kinda agree actually, but we are talking about those rather fast and small templates, default M, and I think that Ciel works fine. But if we talk about more advanced like MTMP, then Ciel is not that OP. Even though it's M, then it takes more days to finish it, and that's why Ciel gets a disadvantage actually.
Yes, it really takes more days. We will probably play that template also sometimes on the channel, but I think I have it, but maybe it deserves an episode actually, or a few, because
It's a template especially made for the championship
yes, it has
of this year, so it's really interesting. It was actually made by 4 people and tested by many others, including me. So we really put an effort into making this template playable and equal.
Yes, and it's quite fun because it always has tower as next zone. It always has snow, and it has those ivory towers that are not so common on all templates, and lamps with genies. So players get to not only do creature banks and stuff they do on all the other templates, but it's really, really unique in my experience.
Let us represent Tower and Solmer.
Tower and Solmer, nice. Tower and Solmer, perfect. On M.
Yes.
On M. Okay, it will be default, so we can choose him. Okay, let's go.
200% the difficulty on 160.
Okay. Then we go with Arti.
We'll go with Arti. Go.
Yes. Oh, already, and we have a Consa here. Wow. Okay.
We have a very convincing starting zone because we, as you said, we have Consta and we got Tain, and Tain has Scholar and he can pass spells.
he can pass spells, which are these spells. He just needs.
And we got an arty to regenerate mana.
Yes, so this is a perfect start for now with Solmir. Maybe I should ask you about some Polish politician that actually watches your streams. That's a fun question.
I don't think he watches anymore because my channel is not so popular anymore. But during the first championship and some time after that, I was quite popular and I would consider myself a celebrity among the community.
Mm-hmm.
But then those, let's say, rivals, but I've never considered them rivals for real. But they all started streaming Jebus. People wanted easy and not complex gameplay, and they stayed with them.
Yes, but you are still a recognized player, and
Yes, I am, but not that much.
Mm.
Many new people joined, and they don't know me.
I will check the console just for. It's probably Maxi. Probably.
Yes, do not touch that Yanko.
I won't touch it. I won't touch it. I swear. Okay, what else? So politicians have lost interest in you. Okay, that's very good stuff. How to take a break from heroes? That could be a useful question.
Oh my God, that's really hard actually,
Mm-hmm.
because when you are so deep in the community and the whole PvP mode itself, then it's really hard to take a break and not to think of heroes anymore, or at least for a moment. But I managed somehow to get a break. For example, get myself busy with another game or a book. I like reading books actually, and it helps. It really helps.
Okay, so read, and then after a few months get back to heroes. Have you noticed
Well,
how?
those kind of breaks do not happen very often. I mean, taking a break from heroes might take a few weeks at most, but yeah, at the beginning of this academic year, I took a break for a few months to get started with my thesis, and it actually worked. It was a few months, but I needed some serious time to work on the thesis.
Okay.
Once I end up my adventure with championship, I will take a break, let's say a week or two, and then come back, of course.
Well, I can't wait. I must point as many of my viewers as I think I did, but nevertheless I will point them once again to your streams. By the way, I entered this fight and I'm trying. No one died yet, but let's let's see how it goes. Solmir is wasting mana.
Yeah, you could have done that with Tain.
Tain went the other way. Okay. Well. These are some smart as water.
Smart as moves.
Yes, yes. Okay.
We gave those units a very specific name yesterday. Can I?
Of course, go for it. Go for it, man.
We called them water titty bitches.
What? I forgot the bitches part. I just remember water titty.
You were all about bitches. You initiated that.
I would all about bitches. Is this some sort of a gangsta rap channel? I don't think so. All about it. you because I will concentrate more on the questions while not playing. So let's just make a few.
So maybe stop playing. You will cut it out.
Yes.
This Solmir part, and let's move to questions.
Okay, let's move.
That
to
will
questions.
be better because you humiliate yourself in front of your
Of course.
14 precious subscribers, including me.